Hey guys, this is Samuel, and I have a rant for today. Now, I see more and more and more people go on YouTube and say that they're doing it trying to make it their job, trying to live off YouTube. Living off YouTube is a horrible, horrible idea. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are, I don't care how popular you are. It is all temporary. That's something people have to get through their heads. That YouTube popularity, no matter who you are, no matter how big you are, is temporary. It will not last forever. It will not finance everything you're going to do in the future. I'm sorry. I don't care how much money you make off YouTube either. The reality of the situation is you have to think long term. Is YouTube something you can live off of? Is it a stable economy? Is it a stable business? The answer to all those questions is no. In the long term, YouTube is not something you could really live off of. The economy is absolutely unstable, and long term, it's probably the worst idea you could possibly do. We got to take into factors everything about YouTube. First off, it's not a stable market. It's about as stable as small-time farming. Now let me explain, because I've been in both markets and I've seen both markets and how they work. With small-time farming, you have to rely on the fact that people want to go to farmers market. Now this can all depend on the political situations, whether people want to actually go and buy overpriced vegetables and fruits just simply because they were locally grown. And that market is actually doing well right now because a lot of people are concerned about what they're eating, and they would rather buy from someone from the area that has grown it in their backyard rather than going to Walmart. But a couple of years ago, that wasn't the case. No one cared. No one cared about the farmer's market, and on average, you'd see only like 6 or 7 customers a day. And those were people who were buying in bulk. So, those are the two things you had to deal with. You either had to sell to employers back then, or sell to schools, which is another popular way to do it, or risk your chance at the farmer's market to see if anyone's interested. And like I said, sometimes they're really interested, sometimes they're not. It's just like YouTube videos. If you're the first person to upload gameplay footage, no matter what game, that is going to be popular. No matter what it is. If there is no footage of that game, if you rent it and you upload footage of it, it's going to become popular. I think my Truth or Lies video, which nobody really played, my gameplay video, I think has like something like 50,000 views. Or 20,000, somewhere around there. But that's only because it's an unsaturated market. Something like Call of Duty, everyone's seen it. Everyone has videos of it. It doesn't matter who you are entering that market, unless you have some incredible gimmick or niche, or you're giving away stuff, or you're trying to cheat the system. No one's going to care. No one's going to care. They're not going to look at your videos. It's a dead market to get into. It's saturated. It's monopolized. The machinima, the people way up in machinima, and they're going to have first say on everything. Like White Boy 7th Street. People are going to watch his videos because they come up first in the search box. And like I said, it all depends on where you live too. Here in New Mexico, sure, farmer markets are really active right now. But in other areas, like in Arizona, there are places where the farmer market is dead. Like, it's just not there at all. There's no one to appeal to. A lot of the people who would have farmers markets over there, would eat at the farmers markets over there, grow their own food. So, it's very difficult to sell your product depending on what area you're in. And it's just like, picking a game to make video game footage of. It's a very similar market. And then, there's also major instabilities. Like, for example, Microsoft used to allow people to upload Halo footage and put ads on it, no matter what. It was one of the games where they're like, you can use this footage, we don't care, put ads on it, we don't care. But in a recent rule change on the Xbox website and Microsoft's website, You can't put ads on anymore. You can still use their footage without any permission and all that, but you cannot put advertisements on it. So Microsoft's ruling made Halo 4 a much less popular game to put on YouTube. And that's why you don't see as much Halo 4 footage. That's why people don't do Halo 4 as much. And that's why a lot of the game is going down. People forget about it, and that's why it's getting lower played. I think it was a bad thing for Microsoft to do, don't get me wrong, but that's the reality of the market. If Microsoft feels like at any point, they could just say, no, you can't put Halo footage at all. Remove all Halo footage from your website. Same with Ubisoft, same with Rockstar, same with everybody. The fact is that you are at the will of the publisher. And you're also at the will of Google. If Google doesn't like your content, they could take your AdSense away. And you're also at the will that, people won't do something stupid like flag you and then take away incomes for months or weeks or however long it would take for YouTube to care about you. So you're at so many wills. It's just like farming, because when you farm stuff, you're at the will of the weather. You got to pray that there is no freeze in the early part of the year, or your fruits are gone. All gone. And fruits are the easiest bulk income you can have. You don't even have to water fruit trees. They'll do it themselves. They won't do it themselves, but usually it doesn't take much to manage fruit trees. So it's a pretty heavy source of income. It's not like carrots and tomatoes and radishes, where you have to constantly take care of them. The fruit trees will take care of themselves. So you'll have tons of apples. You'll also have to worry about the laws. Here in New Mexico, recently they passed a law saying that the farmers markets can no longer sell baked goods and jams and jellies and tortillas and all that stuff without first producing them in a commercial kitchen, which outprices a lot of people out of the market. That's how it was for my family. My family used to make tons of money at the farmers market selling jam. But we can't do that anymore. So now you can only rely on fruits and vegetables, which is a huge dip in income. Just like, a company saying, oh, we can't post any footage of this game anymore. These are unstable markets because at any time, any random source can come in and just pull the money right from under you at any time. And it is not a good thing in the long term to be. They're great as supplemental incomes. They're great as extra money on the side. But putting these really unstable, really fragile markets as your main source of income is suicidal. You could risk everything you have. And it is a self-employed income. So they don't that's how it's counted on your taxes. If any of you have done your taxes, I'm not sure. But if you do your taxes, YouTube money is counted as self-employed income. So this is all, the risk is on you. You have no legal say with Google. You have no legal say with the companies. And you have no legal say whatsoever, because it's all on you. This is your self-employed income. Unless you work with someone with like Machinima or Yaush, and even then, at any moment they could dump you. They could find no use for you and dump you. So, if you really, really want to try to make money off YouTube, the best way to do it is to socialize and try to get advertisers like Netflix and Squarespace and all that, kind of like how Rev3 does it, and try to get them to sponsor you. Then you could put their advertisements in your videos and do things like podcasts. But even then, that's nothing to live off of, because it's still an unstable market, because you still have to rely on the fact that people can see your videos. Like, one thing that has pushed a lot of people out of the YouTube market is the fact that the sub boxes are completely broken now, and a lot of people can't see the videos anymore. It's not a guaranteed amount of views. For example, here on my own channel, I used to get a guaranteed 1,000. No matter what the video was, I would get 1,000 views. That's not the case anymore, because the sub box doesn't really work as well as it used to. So I'm guaranteed like 100 views. That's it. It's all dependent on how the market works and how much exposure you have too. So please, please don't come to YouTube thinking you could live off of it, because it's not a reality that you want to be in. Samuel out.